This is a new tech production. This is a new tech production.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of the iCast podcast. I'm your boy Gary Gnu.
And I'm your co-host, DJ Black Hurricane.
And I am so excited. I'm so glad to be sitting here, y'all, for episode 5. You know what I mean? I ain't sat on the couch with my man Black in a long time.
Yeah.
So I feel like the one and twin powers have been reactivated and shit, man. But what's been going on with you, brother, man?
Well, if you can't obviously tell, I've actually lost a lot of weight since the last episode. About 70 pounds. I started back in March. So that's what I've been up to. I've been in the gym. I've been getting it in. I'm just trying to worry about my health a lot more recently, and I've just been doing fine. I'm feeling better. I got more energy. I'm just ready here. Just talk about some WuTang, that's all.
That's what's up, man. And me, myself, you know what I mean? I've been working, grinding at the 9 to 5 as usual, but, you know, I'm also editing, man, trying to put these shows together, man. So I'll be in the studio, you know what I mean, doing the post-production work for the iCast podcast. Currently, you know, trying to put episode 4 out. But anyway, on today's episode, y'all, I want to be talking about one of the most iconic hip-hop groups to ever come out. One of the greatest hip-hop groups to ever emerge, man, from the, you know what I mean, from the slums of Shaolin, you know what I mean? Basically. If y'all haven't figured out by now, by the little shrine that we have built in the back of us, we are talking about the almighty Wu-Tang Clan, y'all, you know what I mean?
That's right.
One of my favorite rap groups, you know what I'm saying? Right after Run DMC, you know, Run DMC to me had an era, and everybody that came after them was kind of following Run DMC's format. But then, as far as super groups is concerned, but then Wu-Tang Clan was like right after them to me, because these guys had 9 members, right?
9.
What's the how's it go? The RZA, the Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Ghostface Killer, You God, and
Method Man, Raekwon.
Yeah,
Just Capadonna. You can throw Capadonna.
we fucked it up. Yeah, and the only reason why it came out like that because
Just too many motherfuckers.
protect your neck. But yo, protect your neck. Speaking of protect your neck, right? Wu-Tang Clan. The reason why I love this group because I saw the shit go from the ground up. You know what I mean? I was back in '92. I was going to Morgan State. Of course, I always say that shit to y'all. I went to Morgan State, but I had a friend. Shout out to my man Reggie Baskerville, who was from Staten Island, West Brighton, New Brighton. I forget which area in particular, but I went to visit him. Right when I was in school on like a break or something. I went to go to Staten Island to go chill with Reg, and I remember he took me to Park Hill. You know what I'm saying? And I remember it was a car riding by, and it was playing Protect Your Neck. So he was like, yo, that's that Wu-Tang, that's that shit. And I was like, Wu-Tang, like it sounded so foreign, it sounded so strange to me. I was like, what the, because I know, you know, Wu-Tang from the karate flicks and all of that, you know what I mean? But I was trying to, I couldn't make the correlation how they was tying, how they could call themselves Wu-Tang and be making hip hop. Like the song was, you know, the song was playing, it sounded real dirty and real grimy. And then I had some homegirls also that went to Morgan State with me. Shout out to the twins, Jerry and Kari. They also, they knew the Wu too. So like I said, so I saw the group kind of go from the ground up to like, who the hell, well, what is Wu-Tang to here we are, 2018, they celebrated 25
years.
Their 25th anniversary
of
this album right here, Into the Wu-Tang. But like I said, what was so special about this group is that it had 9 members, right? And what's so special about them is how they dropped this Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chamber album as a group, but each member was able to put out their own solo projects as well, and they all did pretty good. You know what I mean? Reaching gold, platinum status. But to talk about the first album here, Into the Wu-Tang, man. First of all, it was like something I had never heard at the time. When did this joint drop?
It actually dropped in 1993 in November. Same day as Midnight Marauders by a Tribe Called Quest.
Right. Another rap fact about this album, sorry to cut off your wisdom, but yeah, Enter the 36 Chambers also dropped on the same day as Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. So that was a big day in hip hop. I heard brother Questlove say something to the fact that when that happened, that was like a hip hop had to choose sides, whether they wanted to stay with the, you know, with the tribe.
They're already established.
Who was already established.
Nobody knew,
you know, or the WuTang, you know, who was this new thing. They were using a lot of karate samples, a lot of martial arts influences. The visuals were crazy. The visuals we had never seen. If you look at their first video, Protect Your Neck, which I saw first on a show called Video Music Box. Shout out to Rock McDaniels. Those that know about Video Music Box. That's what all the videos came on that channel, on that show. So they used to run Protect Your Neck, and like I said, the visuals in there, man. To see dudes running around with swords and their faces all covered up
and white, just like on this album.
Yeah, just like on the album cover. So they had a lot. They had a lot going on. It was real interesting. It was really raw. It was something new, and people just, man, everybody just gravitated to that W. You know what I mean? To that Wu. You know what I mean? And they had such a when you would hear them talk about their philosophies and where they got their styles from, and it was just super intriguing. It was like you never heard a rapper describe himself in that manner. You know what I mean? And it was just a phenomenon, man. So Enter the WuTang had I think the biggest hit off of this album was probably Cream. Cash Rules Everything Around Me.
Well, Protect Your Neck too, but
Your Neck.
Cream was more iconic because the beat and just has more memorable verses.
Right.
And got 8 people on one track, so he just got to spend the deck of Raekwon just ripping shit up on the track. And
right.
I like Protect Your Neck better, but Cream, it's more iconic. Everybody knows that song word for word. It's just the way it should be,
Right. Just the way how they take a simple word as cream.
Yeah.
And break it down to cash rules everything around me. Like, come on, man, how genius is that?
Right.
But that was part of the WuTang, their slang. They were known for their slang. I mean, WuTang itself, they would take the word WuTang and they broke it down as Clan members would say it stands for witty, unpredictable talent, natural game. You know what I mean? Those guys were, they also had a huge 5% influence, and they talked about that throughout all their songs. You know what I mean? So another huge song off of there was The Mystery of Chess Boxing. You know what I mean? Even that they brought so many things to the table, because that whole song and that whole video was like they were on a chessboard. They were on a chessboard.
Very interesting. And GZA was into chess, and so I guess GZA was incorporating that into the video because GZA was a known chess player in the hood,
Exactly.
and he was ripping shit up on chess. So and I guess he was like, you know what? Let's turn this into something that we can actually rap about. And so started rapping about on chessboards and started think about more intelligent things to say instead of just regular street stuff. A lot of the Wu slang, because when WuTang came out, like they had a lot of slang along with their stuff.
Yeah, they did.
So a lot of people were trying to get into that slang. So they had their own type of language that you had to decipher for your own. Yeah, so they had the whole universe from the jump. That's probably why, I wasn't there from the start in 1992 or 3, but I can only imagine that people when they're hearing this are like, what are these motherfuckers talking about? And there's a whole bunch of them. So it's like,
to this day, it's still people that come to me and be like, yo, man, my guys from like DC, Maryland, be like, yo, man, what the hell what is Raekwon, what they be talking about?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Strawberry kiwi and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, another song on there that I loved was Shame on a Nigga. You know what I mean? That was a song. Another thing that I loved about them is how it's so many guys. They would have to kind of break up how or who was on a record. You know what I mean? I'm sure they would have to have to battle it out.
Yeah, especially for the
I'm
beats.
sure it was a lot of competition to see who was going to go on the track. But Shame on a Nigga had Old Dirty, Meth, and Raekwon were on that one, and 3 of those guys going back and forth. You know what I mean? That's one of the. It's not the first time you heard Old Dirty Bastard, but it was like he really. I thought that he really shined on that album with his style. But the hook 1, hook 2, hook 3,
Definitely a
hook.
good character, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, man. You know. So like I said, man, the Wu-Tang Clan has so many layers, or chambers, how they like to call it. So many chambers to it, that it was just, man, it was. Everybody just loved these guys, man. It was like, well, they called themselves the Killer Bees, and that's what they were. They kind of just swarmed in because, like I said, along with the Wu-Tang, their members dropping solo projects. They also had individual projects that sprouted out from them, and we're gonna take a break right now and get into those projects in a minute, y'all. So stick with us, y'all. The Oddcast Podcast. Peace.
This is a WuTang production. This is a new